Hi besties, welcome back to my channel. On today's channel I'm going to be showing you how to go about those beautiful outdoor pajamas. Yeah, we have different kinds of pajamas. We have the one you can lounge around with, we have the one you can sleep on with. Yeah, we have different types. Yeah, so if this is what you're interested in, I would say you should keep on watching. If you're a return subscriber, thank you so much, I love you all. And if you're just seeing me for the first time, thank you so much for stopping by. So we're going to be diving right into the tutorial. So we're going to be doing a freehand sketch on this particular tutorial, right? So without wasting much of your time, let's get right into the video. So guys, subscribe to this channel if you haven't, right? So like I said before, we're going to be doing a freehand sketching. I think it's been long we did that. We're going to be doing a freehand sketching. So for those of you that are always scared of drafting on your pattern paper, I think this video is for you. It's going to give you that joy you've always wanted. So we're going to be doing a freehand sketching, and on here I have a Duchess fabric or a silk fabric, whichever way you want to call it. I have 4.5 yards here. Yes, because I'm on the big side. I am making it for an event. Yeah, my friend is having her white wedding coming up, and we're going to be making use of a white pajamas for the bridal night. Yeah, the bachelor's night. So I decided to film the process. So I marked my starting point, which is my shoulder point, and from my shoulder point I marked 12, because this is kind of free. It's going to be free. So that 12 is my bust point. 12 inches is my bust point, and I'm also going to be using it as my chest line. That's my armhole. We're not having any chest line for this tutorial. The 12 inches is my bust point, and that 12 inches is what I'm going to be using for my bust point, and is also what I'm going to be using for my chest line, right? So I'm filming just the shirts, the up. I'm not filming how to make the pants. I'm going to be dropping a link down the comments, down the description box, on how to go about your pants, your trousers. Yeah, whichever one you want to call it. So I'm drafting for the back first. We're going to be using the back to draft the front. So I took my neck width of 3, my neck depth of 1 inch. You can use 1.5 for your back, but I used 1 inch for my neck depth. So on that 12 inches I came down by, I'm going to be marking I marked a straight line, and I created an armhole curve. Like I said before, this is going to be a free shirt, right? So, and I took my bust circumference divided by 4. I added allowance to it. So you can add 2, you can add 3 inches depending on how free you want your PG to be. And I came down by my half length, which is 18, and on my half length I took my waist divided by 4. Then I took the length which I want this shirt to be. I divided on the length area, I divided my hip circumference divided by 4, and I marked. Yeah, and I went around to cut out my fabric. So this is going to be very, very easy. It's beginners friendly. If you're finding it difficult to make a PJ set, watch this video. You're going to see it's very easy. So if you're watching this, I believe you must have know how to cut your basic body. So this is the back, for the back, right? So like I said before, we're going to be using the back to draft the front. So if you know how to go about your basic body, that's what we did for the back. Your shoulder to your bust point, to your half length to your length. That is it. Okay, so I'm going to be placing the back now on this fresh fabric now, and I'm going to be leaving about 6 to 7 inches allowance, okay, by the side, just the way you see me doing. This is a button down. Like, it's going to have a button in front, so your back is closed. Your back, the center back is closed. Okay, so the front, now you place your back pattern, your back fabric, then you leave about 6 to 7 inches depending on how big you want your lapel to be. Okay, so I'm going to mark my starting line. So for the neck width of the back, I'll maintain neck width 3, and I chalked it. I gave the down mark there, and I'm going to just connect to mark our starting line, okay, so that I don't make mistake. Then for the neck depth, I'm going to use 3 inches for the front. So 3 inches for the width for the front, 3 inches for the width for the depth for the front as well. And I'm going to connect it, and it's going to get to the end of that allowance I brought out, right? So hope you guys understand what I just did. This is going to be total beginner friendly. If you're finding it difficult to make a PJ, if you watch this, it's going to be very easy for you. Now, to determine our break point, where you want your button to start, that's our break point. That's the lapel, where you want the lapel to stop. Rather, from the starting line, I came down by I came down by 11 inches, but I later extended it to 12 inches. That's my bust point, because I want my bust to show a little, my cleavage to show, right? So the brick point I used from the starting line, I came down by 12 inches. Then on the end, I came out by 1.5 inches for our button, and that 1.5 inches is going to stop at that brick point. So getting to that brick point, you're just going to give it a slant look, then give it the design you want your lapel to carry. Can you see what I'm doing? You call from that your 3 inches you got for your neck width, and you connect it into that place, point, your brick point stopped. That's where your lapel will stop. Can you see what I just did? I hope you're seeing what I'm doing, guys. But if you don't understand, just leave your question down in the comment section. But I believe you understand, and that is it for the front. So it's very easy, right? I believe it's very, very easy. So I'm going to go ahead to cut this out. So now we're going to be cutting a facing, or should I say lining, a face, let me just say a facing for our front. That's for our front. We're going to be cutting a facing. Now, you know, normal, if you're making an outfit, our facing always stop halfway. But at this particular tutorial, your facing is going to begin from your shoulder to the length of your shirt. Understand? So see how I'm cutting it. You're going to see how I went about the curving. You see, you go like this and you come like this. Can you see it? So now I hope you understand what I did when I was marking the lapel area for the front. So I'm going to go ahead and cut it. So for the facing for the front, like I said before, is going to start from the shoulder to the length of this shirt. Hope you guys understand. So I'm going to set the back aside, and so you see, this is how your lapel is going to look. Can you see? So we're going to be cutting a facing for the front now. So guys, before cutting a facing, we're going to be cutting our collar. Let's draft our collar. So I'm using a strong paper gum to draft out my collar. Then later I'll transfer it to fabric. So I came in by 1 inch, and I'll come up by half an inch. Come in by 1 inch, come up by half an inch, then you make a slant line just this way to meet that 1 inch you came up by. Then I'm going to go up by 4 inches on a slant tape. My tape is slanted, as you can see, and I'm going to connect it into the neckline for the front, like trace it out to meet that 1 inch, and that 1 inch I came up by. Hope you saw what I did. Then from that place you come out by 4 inches as well, right? So my paper wasn't enough, but I'm going to reconnect this on my actual fabric while cutting. So from that place I'm going to I am using my pen for this. So from that place I am going to slant it all the way, like mark it, curve it all the way to get to that other place. So like I said, my paper wasn't enough. I'm going to correct this on my actual fabric. So this is it. Hope you understand what I did, guys. Please, hope you understand. So I'll just mark it, and you see how I curved this while cutting. You get. So I have my strong gum paper wasn't enough, but I'm going to correct that on fabric, right? So I'll be cutting out my collar on my fabric now, right? I'll be cutting out my collar. So like I said before, my strong paper, that's my strong gum wasn't enough, so I'm going to correct that. But so look at what the place I am placing on the closed edge. That straight part is going to be on the closed edge. Okay, so please get that. So I'm going to use my pen to just trace this out, you know, to correct that, to complete the place that wasn't enough. So I'm going to go ahead and cut and give it 1/4 inch all around. I'll give it 1/4 inch all around. So this is it. So that straight part is on a closed edge. You're not opening that part. So I'm going to cut this two. Is going to be in two. So one is going to be serving as the lining or as the facing, whichever you want to call it. Okay, so it's going to be into, so both my my actual fabric and what I am using for my facing is same thing as the I am using the actual fabric for them. Okay, I am using my actual fabric for both the lining and the main collar. So that is it for drafting, for the drafting of the collar. So now we're going to be I'm going to cut my sleeve. I'm going to be cutting my sleeve. So I'll also leave a link down the description box on how to go about your sleeve. So this is just a normal sleeve, right? So I am fast. It's just a normal sleeve. How to cut your sleeve. My sleeve is going to be long. So the sleeve length, I am using 28 for the sleeve length, 29 1 inch for the hemming allowance. Okay, so this is just normal way to cut your basic sleeve. I'm going to leave the link down the comment section because I don't want this video to be too long because it's going to be boring. So I'm going to be dropping a link on how to go about your basic sleeve, how to go about your pants, that's your trousers, how to cut and sew a trouser. Okay, so I'll be leaving the links down the description box. So I am just teaching you how to make the shirt, an outdoor pajama shirt. Okay, so after cutting my sleeve, I'm going to notch the middle, right where we will be joining from. I'm going to notch the middle, and that is it for the drafting of the sleeve. So guys, for the lapel, you know, the shirts, we've not cut the line, the facing for the front, for our front shirts, right? That's for the front lapel. I don't know how to explain it. That the facing or the lining you're going to use to turn your lapel, right? So I don't have enough fabric. As you can see, I just joined my fabric. I used 4.5 yards for this. And why it wasn't enough? Because of the kind of shirts we are making. Okay, so this is it. So if you have a white doll face, you can use it for the facing, but I don't have a white doll face, so I am using my actual fabric, the same fabric I am using for the actual fabric. I am using it for my lapel as well, for my facing as well. Okay, so this is the front fabric. I'm going to place it, right? You see, I'm not placing all the bodies. It stops around like the shoulder part is coming out a little. Can you see the shoulder and the armhole is coming out a little? So this is just to cover just the lapel. So this is going to get from beginning to the end. It's not going to end halfway like the normal way we do our actual fabric. Like we just cut, like the way we do our actual fabric, just cut a short facing for it. No, this particular tutorial, your facing is going to begin from the shoulder to the end of your shirt. So this is it. So the facing we are cutting is just to cover the lapel and a part of the shoulder parts. Can you see what I did where I ended my cutting? So I am just going to open that part. I'll be opening that part, right? So this is it for our facing for the lapel for the front. So I'm also going to cut a facing for the back as well. Yeah, I'll cut a facing for the back. The back is going to have a facing too. So guys, I am done, and I've already cut my facing for the back. I did it off camera. You just cut your normal facing for the back, just your round facing, the round neck. Okay, just for the back. Yeah, so this is the facing for the back. You see how I went about it. So this is the two collar, and I used my soft gum on one of it, and the facing for the back I also used a soft gum for it as well. Then for the facing for the front, I used a soft gum as well for it, for the two facing for the front. So I'm going to be joining this separately. That's the facing for the front and the facing for the back. I'll be joining it separately. So I'm going to close the shoulder to shoulder, just the way I just showed. Then this is the collar part, and I'm going to bring my actual fabric now, face it. That's we're joining our actual fabric separately, and we're joining the facing for the front and the facing for the back separately. You understand? So I'll be joining this now, shoulder to shoulder. That's our front to the back shoulder for the two sides. So shoulder to shoulder, the way you normally join your shirts now. So you join them shoulder to shoulder. So this is it. Okay, so I'll use my pin to hold it down. So I'll go to my machine to join it and show you how it looks. Then for the collar, we're going to be closing one part of it. So the curved part is where you're closing. Okay, please note the curved part is where you're closing, right? So guys, I am done joining everything, the collar, the front and the back. Sure, you see how I went about the collar. Now the curved part is closed, then I turned it and I top stitched on the front side. So this is my front and my back facing that I joined separately. Okay, so this is the main fabric now that I also joined separately, shoulder to shoulder. Guys, hope I am not too fast. I don't want this video to be too long. Okay, so what I'm going to do now, I will be as you can see now, our lapel, our shirt is coming out. Can you see? Our shirt is coming out, is already coming out. So now I am going to, so guys, I'll be joining it on this particular, on our actual fabric. But first of all, what I'm going to do is I am going to be notching the center. So but first I'll be attaching my collar to this. I'll be attaching my collar first to this shirt. That's our actual body, and I'll be notching the center, that's center to center. I'll be notching the center to center, and I'm going to be joining. So where you're joining is the part you top stitched, right? So you're going to join the parts where you top stitch all around. You join getting to the other side, join getting to the other side. Okay, so the next thing you're going to do is I'm going to show you how it looks when I'm done attaching it. So as you can see, this is how it's coming out. So make sure you notch after sewing. Make sure you notch. Yeah, I know everywhere the neck area is looking rough, but don't worry, when we're done, you're going to see how it will come out. Can you see that our lapel is coming out, like our shirt lapel, or should I say collar neck, is coming out? Yeah, like a notched, is looking like a notched blazers, right? So the next thing I'm going to do is to notch the center again, that the center part of this, to know where I'm going to begin to join that other front and back facing that we joined separately. So I'll be notching the center of that part, that's the front and the back we joined separately. I'll be notching the center, and I'm going to join it all through. You see what I'm doing? I'm going to join it all through. So I'm going to pin, then I'm going to join, sew and join. Please, when you're sewing, you're going to be very careful so you don't make mistake, because when you make mistake, losing this is going to be entirely another stress, and you're not going to like how it's looking. So you're going to join all through till you get to the length of the shirt. You understand? So this is how it's looking already, guys. This is how it's looking. Later I'm going to, after attaching my sleeve, I'm going to give it a good press. So the neckline area is looking very neat now. So you can take it to the weavers, or if you have a weaving machine at home, you weave the inside as the collar, that collar that is showing, the collar, the back collar that is showing inside. You weave them out, then use your hemming gum to secure it down. You see our shirt is already, like, is coming out already, even without ironing them, ironing it, right? So I'll be attaching my sleeve to this. We all know how to attach our sleeve. I will not be showing that. So after attaching my sleeve, I'm going to give it a good press, and I'll wear it and show you guys how it looks. Okay, so we've come to the end of this tutorial, guys. So this is it. I'm going to attach my sleeve to it, then I'm going to give it a good press. I hope you find this helpful, and if you've watched to this extent and you're yet to subscribe to this channel, please, guys, I beg you in the name of God, subscribe to my channel, and don't forget to turn on your notification bell so you could be notified whenever we post beautiful tutorials like this. Okay, so go ahead, give it a good press, and you are good to go after attaching your sleeve. We all know how to attach our sleeve, right? So guys, this is how it's looking. Yeah, mine has a feathers on it. I'm going to, if you're interested in knowing how to achieve a fuller feathers, like you want your feathers to be full, like using like 1.5 yard to get a full feathers, you're going to indicate down the comment section. So I'm going to make a separate video on how to achieve a fuller feathers, right? So this is how it's looking. This is the outcome of our shirt, and it's looking very good, very beautiful. I've gone ahead to attach my buttons to them. So guys, I want to know what you think about this tutorial down the comment section. Don't forget to share this video, give it a thumbs up if you find it interesting, and leave your comment if you have any question, right? So we've come to the end of this video. And yeah, so like I said before, I'm going to be dropping the necessary links down the description box, so go ahead and watch them so you don't get confused. I have my pants already. I made that off camera, so this is our shirt looking all beautiful. So see you on my next video. Bye.